Welcome to the campfire. Today, we're going to be playing a new game called Aska. So sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get back into this. So of course, we're going to be kind of starting to up this. Why is it not? There we go. You know what? That actually doesn't look too bad. The base stats are slightly different. You also have an option of Ragnar, the bear. He has more vitality, stamina, hunger, thirst. This one's better at magic and other fun things like that. I'm gonna play the titular character. And we'll go into this. Let's go with normal, just to see. I haven't played this in a very long time. Whoa, why is that doing that? I'm just gonna name it YouTube because, sorry, that's what we're doing here. Which preset do I like? I actually kind of like that one. The purple tattoos versus the purple hair. And upload to cloud so that we have it saved, and let's start in. And here we go. Alright. Whoa. Okay. I get the feeling like there's supposed to be a cutscene that just didn't play. And if there's not, I'm alright with that too, because that is trippy. I do know Jotun blood is necessary. I've been playing this a little bit with my friends. On multiplayer, I haven't played it single player in a year and a half. So let's gather materials right away, start there. How much wood do I really need? Or how many sticks do I really need? I don't think it's gonna be that many, but let's start. Alright, resources. We can search with the Y button. I like the music, it's chill. Alright, let's gather some flax, because we need that for making ropes. Feathers. 1 gives us food, 2 gives us arrows. Because we also get eggs, that's why food. Sorry. That makes sense. Where are we going to see stones? I need to find stone. Here we go. And there's these things. Just gonna avoid them. And not waste our water. Oh, what are we looking for here? Where's more stone? There's more stone on the ground. Can get food. Okay. And I know it's not important to have all this food right away, but because we start with max food, it's not like Valheim in that regard. But better just to have it before we need it. Alright, and we can pick up multiple items if they're close by, which these are apparently not. Not close by enough. Okay, so bushcraft. I want to find more flax or fibers so that we can get those quickly. Is there any around? There. No, those are berries. Flax is to our left. Here we go. Here's flax. Alright, so we can make 5 ropes at one go. Not worry about that. Let's find some more stones, make more blades in one go. So I don't have to make them in small batches. Especially right away, gotta make a lot. Don't need to stand still and make a ton of things at once. Individually itemed. 2. I need 2 more. Here we go. And there we go. Alright, we got everything we need to make 5 times that. We had 1 more than we needed. Alright, let's make our first tools / weapons. And hammer, we can make the hammer. We just can't make that. Alright, so good to note, I need 6 stone blades at the start. Because now we need the hoe. And then for weapon. Oops, that's defensive buildings. I just need resin and stick. Stick. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we need 4, right? How many did we need? 5. Well, we do need to chop down a small tree so that we can get the resin. Okay, so the bark laying around. Here's resin. And we got the 1 stick we need. That'll give us a weapon to work with. And we just need 2 more stick. Which is here. And here. We can make a bow. I've not found bows to be super handy yet. Ranged combat just kind of doesn't work that well. Like, it works, it's just not great. But at least we have it. Let's gather up this water. Let's start exploring to figure out where we want to build ourselves up at. Alright. Oh, first combat. Shoot. Which one are you? Here we go. Oh, this club sucks. Yep. There we go. Get some stamina back. Ah. You can kind of Dark Souls roll these things, I'm just not good at it. Alright. Where was the other one? Or did it run away? I think it ran to leave us. And then we can slowly harvest this meat for this wolf. We can harvest this wolf for meat and bones, both of which are handy. His friend came back. Where's my club? Come on. Ah, I was hoping I'd just dodge that, but no. Okay. Side rolling these. Ah, mother trucker. There we go. Well, we've got that much more meat and hide. Assuming we don't die out from bleeding. Or bleed out and that... Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, with all these bone fragments, we can now make a better club. So might as well get on with that for a minute. We'll just chop down another tree. So one fun thing, if you are low on health at the beginning, go ahead and just eat garlics and onions. They restore health. Slowly, but they do help. Do we have enough sticks for arrows? We do not. We do have enough feathers. And sticks will be easy to come by, because we have chopped down a tree for these. Here we go. Okay, well, that's going to be as many sticks as we got, huh? Well, here's a few more. And then we can give ourselves some ranged option as need be too now. That'll be 20 arrows, that's enough. Alright, back to exploring. Try to find a place to base up. Kind of want to see if we can find where there's going to be a mine. So that we can, or a cave, so that we can build our base relatively close to tier 3 material. Because tier 2 grows everywhere. Though being near-ish spruce and everything wouldn't be too bad. Really not great. Oh. And there's two of them. Got it. Just start running. Screw this. Not fighting. Yeah, that was not a fight we were gonna win. Not that low of health. We have not found enough garlic and onions yet. Here's some more garlic though. Come on. There we are. Gonna have to find more of those as we go. Ah, we found a white shipwreck. I believe this is a boss location, so we should probably be careful about it. And also, clearly things are not going to go well here. There we go. Start beating these guys up, 'cause I'm sure they're good for something. Wait for my stamina to come back. There we go. And down. There's one more to go. I have yet to figure out what the stats are for, though. Like, the skill levels never seem to actually do any good. They just exist. Maybe it's like Valheim and they help, but it's a very low amount of help. What do these guys give us as far as skills? Or as far as resources? Bones. Well, bone fragments aren't bad. Not super handy at the moment, but... Ah yes, and then those floating eyeballs give fiber. Fair amount of it too. We're gonna move on. Can't really do anything here yet. Okay, so we found an unexplored cave. It's not actually a cave until we build a mine on it, but short of that, this is where mining is possible. So that's kind of a limiting resource. That's where we get all of our iron, at least at the beginning. We will then set up over here in this clearing, I think. Whoa, what is wrong with that deer? I didn't even notice it until I was trying to run into its backside. That can't be good. We could set up in this large clearing. It's also not... kind of thinking... Let's go to this clearing north of the cave. Except for there's a wolf den there. But it's already empty. It's not one to worry about. Thinking we build starting up here. Because this, we have a clear line to the ocean where we can get fish. It's a decently empty area. So we will start building here. We need to get to the point where we can make this. We have to build a shelter. And for that we must build a campfire. For the campfire we must build a simple fire. Okay. Well, let's just do that then. Missing supplies. We're missing sticks. Of course we're missing sticks. 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And then we can upgrade it to a campfire, which will require more sticks and some stones. Well, sticks and stones might break my bones, but they also make a campfire. 1. Do we have a pickaxe? We have a pickaxe. Just make it out of this. Well, there we go. That's 1 campfire. We can also add more cooking and more building bits to it, which helps. We just need a bunch of rope, which is why I've been gathering all that flax. Rope is kind of everything here. Did I drop? No? Okay. Alright, so that's that, that's that. Let's go chop down a tree so we can finish building that. Here's a good, easy one to break down. Okay, that's 2 more, and now we've got to do the actual building thing of slapping something with a hammer. That's all we're doing is slapping it with a hammer. There's no real reason to, but not with the things we're building. There we go, we can now store food, and we can keep a fire going even in the rain, which is honestly handy. Just gonna go ahead and get that running. 'Cause having that fire bonus is going to be nice. And then we can make a shelter. Which, we've already cut down enough trees, I think we can make this just fine. Come on. There we go. Level out the dirt. I'm not sure I would worry about leveling too much with just a simple structure like this, but hey, fine, fine. Survival shelter. I'd actually more worry about rain pooling in the spot because I leveled it out, but hey. We will work with what we're given. And that would be the shelter. We're just going to slap it with our hammer. And we can now build the Eye of Odin. Which is the big thing that actually gets us started on our journey. Can I place it on top of this rock? I don't think I can. It's kind of hopeful, but alright. I'm going to place this. We're going to do people and shelters. Start this up here. Let's go ahead and do that. We need to gather a bunch of sticks, long sticks. Well, there's plenty of long sticks and sticks. I think the rope we'll have to make, and that's fine. Let's just gather up all the sticks that I left laying here because I needed other materials, and inventory space is very limited. And by very limited, I mean very limited. And long sticks, you can only carry one of it or a log at any time. Which, you can eventually mitigate that by building carts and sleds. This is kind of the way it is. Alright, we need stone. Stone, stone, stone. Need that. I'm glad that's there. I didn't even think to look for something like that. Here we are, just whacking away at a rock, trying to chisel it down. We're gonna need 2 of these anyways, for the large stones. There we go. Alright, that gave me enough stone, at least. Now we need to grab one of these other long sticks. And this is the structure that will allow us to summon other Vikings to assist us. We're going to need a lot of villagers to get anywhere in this game. That's for sure. And now we need those large stones, which we have one found. It looks like there's some clumps of stone back there, which we can make use of. We can also just break down one of these Jotun blood spots. Let's do that. So how much do we have? Well, we've already got 5, but doesn't hurt to start working on the second one. And needs a better pickaxe. This one will do. Come on. There we go. Yeah, injured while working. I got a splinter. There we go. We'll just break this thing down entirely so that we get the Jotun blood and the big stone. Come on. Anytime now. There we go. Those little ones only give 1 Jotun blood, which fine. You need 5 to bring a new villager in, so we'll probably have to go hunting for a bunch of that as well. But right away, this is what we need to work with. Probably set the guy up to do gathering for food, and then wood and stone will follow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Summon. Who do we want to summon? Stone Clumsy. Breaking stones is a challenge. Thirsty Giant. You need a lot of water. Winter Resilience and Snow Strider. You are just better. Alright. We'll work with that. Alright, we got 2 minutes to wait for that, so we're gonna actually start putting together our... I'm gonna do the Wood Builder's Kit actually first. That makes sense, because then we can have somebody helping us gather all of the wood that we need for all the first projects. And this is not the hardest thing to build. I'm going to put production over on this side, and we'll build up the other side for housing. And work our way back into the woods. So we need to chop down a tree. We need rope. Of course we need rope. We need a lot of rope for this beginning phase. There we go. And just start chopping trees. This is... ostensibly, this game is about fighting everything, but the colony management is much bigger of a portion of the game, which I kind of like. Alright, let's get everything over here. And we just need one more of these long sticks. And I think that actually builds out the whole thing. Maybe it needs a roof yet, but we'll see what happens. And this first guy isn't exactly skilled at anything, but that means we can pretty much throw him on anything. And while we're waiting for that, we can start the next structure, which will be Stone Miner's Pit. We'll place that right next to it. There we go. We can pin the recipe to tell us what we're needing for it. Up in the top left. Of course, we have to do the terrain first. Maybe I should have leveled out this whole place, but we'll worry about that later. We will have to chop down more trees. No, we won't. He was going to help us build for the moment. We've got plenty of everything there. I'm just going to assign him quickly to having a shelter. Oops. Come on. Alright, so he's actually good for hunting and crafting and mining. We'll set him up first on just building. That's fine. To set him up for building, all we have to do is just let him do it. I'm going to start cooking all this meat that we have. Chop down a tree, because we're going to need the resources. Actually, let's go with this small tree. The easy to chop down ones make it faster. And then we can get a crafting station set up here in a little bit, which will help us. Do we have enough stone? I think we do. Because then I can give him a hammer. We do have the stuff for the axe once I grab a stick from somewhere. There's rabbits nearby, so hunting won't be too much of a problem. Alright. can make him an axe. Where is our guy? Alright, we can move all this food over. Start the next batch. Our guy is over here. Good. He needs a hammer. We just made another hammer so you can have that and the other axe. What else do you need? Could not find any stick or long stick. Dude, there's plenty over here. And this is almost done cooking. Alright, we've got that done. I'm gonna have him... Oh, come on. Assign. Yes. We'll assign you here for now. Not worry about anything else after the fact. We'll get somebody better at it and move him over to cooking. Or not cooking, stone gathering. Well, you know, I should have explored a lot more of this place before setting up the base. Well, fair enough. We'll have two bosses that we have to deal with pretty close by. That's what it is. We just can't let our villagers go to the east. Which means we set up everything to tell them to go west. Fair enough. And as long as we don't summon the bosses, fighting the enemies isn't that hard. Whoa. Hi. How are ya? Okay. Where's my club? There we go. Well, let's see here. There we go. And more. Oh, why? Why are we being attacked by so many? Guess I shouldn't complain. We're getting a lot of free fiber. But, jeez. That was a lot. Alright. Let's pick up this Jotun blood. How many spots we got left? Alright, we can pick up 1, 2 more. Get the next villager coming in. Which is actually a good thing. Alright, we can summon another... So fishing... Or... Okay, so farming and lumberjack. Let's go with this guy. He's going to be more immediately helpful. I mean, fishing is great, don't get me wrong, but we definitely need that lumberjack skill. So we need to build another shelter. I'm going to go ahead and... I should have been placing these better so that we could line them up properly, but learn as we go. And it's not like these shelters are going to be permanent. We will eventually swap to doing like bigger things, better things. Alright, we got enough material here to build a couple of these even. And then we can also put together the Gatherer's Hut, which will be the third structure we build, so that somebody's gathering food and materials. And that'll be the third guy that we do, or that we summon in. At the moment, skills matter less, but if we can get the skills that help us or benefit whatever job they're going into, all the better. They will level up as they go, but any starting boost is great. We can always move them over to something they're better suited for after the fact. Of course. Let's take a bunch of sticks and this long stick. We'll build 2 of these because we're going to need Do I want to do 2 right away, or do I want to just hold off on building a second one? We'll make it work. We'll do what we can. Alright, so we need 6 more bark. Do we have any bark stored up? Yes. We have as much as we need, actually. It's good enough. We'll get that done. Yeah, I'll do a second or a third shelter right away. There we go. Line this one up right next to it. And just back to leveling it out. So if we can get this third guy, we'll set him up on a gatherer's hut. Whoever he is, whoever they are, he, she, it, doesn't matter. Alright, we should have, I think, just enough. Yep. New guy's here. So I will assign him to this house. Then we'll give him a pickaxe. Wherever they went. I think they're gathering. Yeah, there we go. I just need to give you a pickaxe. Yeah, you're gonna go straight to bed. Fair enough. It is nighttime. People will be doing that. Gonna go ahead and start this, but I'm also going to assign him to the stonecutter. Got most of the materials, at least. We need 5 more stick and a long stick. Okay. Manage workers. Come on. There we go. So you're in shelter 2. You're not good at stone mining, but here we go. Come on. Oh, so annoying. There we go. I need to swap your guys' tools. Trade. You've got all the basics, so that works. You don't need the basics from me. Same with you. Okay. They start with all the basics. Awesome. That frees up all that. We need 5 more of those, and we need 1 more of these. That's going to take all the materials we got. And then we can gather bark. And that'll be the 3rd shelter done. I will let the worker do that. I'm going to go gather more Jotun blood because we need 5 more of that. Well, managed to take down a deer. Fen. Not sure what this thing actually is, really. Sounds like a deer. Looks more like a goat. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Well, I definitely went further than I had to find some of the Jotun blood easily, but hey, whatever. Where is our thing? I just mean that there's some small ones right there that I just missed. Whatever. Don't really need to worry about it too much. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let's start summoning. So who is a better springtime vitality? I make the most of the rejuvenating effects. True Child of the North, and the cold doesn't cut as deep. Or Battle Scarred and Iron Stomach. So they're not cowardly, and they have better health, and they can eat. Okay. Let's summon you. You're better for battle if we end up having to fight. When we end up having to fight, let's face it, it's not an if, it's a when. Can I build a water well yet? No. I have to make a rain collector first. Which probably should have done anyways. Because we're going to need one of these. Requires a bunch of sticks and long sticks. So let's take those. And those. Because we need water. We need 2 more long stick, and he just brought back a 3rd. Yep, there we go. That's all we needed from him. And then we whack this into shape so that we have our rain collector. And that'll give us water here. Now that we've got the water started, we can just as easily get a well started on here. And that is a lot better for us. And go ahead and grab a bunch of sticks, bark we need, and take the stones. We're not going to get enough sticks. Got it. We can get those 2 started. Here. We can finish this shelter for our next guy that's coming in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. We can plop down even more. Now it's just gathering a bunch of sticks. But we also want the gatherer's pit. Because we're going to need one of these too. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this right... Yeah. Leave some space between the buildings, but otherwise that'll work out. Yeah, I know I'm no longer hydrated. But we'll have sticks in a moment. We can make the well, and that's more water. Okay. Well, let's just chop down our own tree. We'll help out the wood gatherer for a minute. Need to clear out around this building anyways. Stick. Only the 1, 3, and that's... Okay, yeah. So we got a few. We'll chop down this tree, let the wood gatherer gather all the wood that we don't need immediately. Next. Okay, the new builder is here. Let him do the... or assist in building his own workplace. There we go. There should be more than enough sticks to finish this, right? Yeah. And we can build the well. That's enough water for everybody. At least for a little while. Keep getting hurt. Yeah, these hold 50 and they regenerate rather rapidly. Let's see. Okay, maybe not as quick as I was thinking, but I know with the rain it definitely holds more. Alright, so we need more stick. Oh no, he just finished that. Good, good. That's what we needed. But now we can deposit things that we don't need to hold on to, freeing up storage space. View tasks. Well, let's assign workers. He's good at gathering, so that's fortunate for us. We'll have him go ahead and do that. I'm also going to assign him a home. And I'm going to sleep in his home for a hot minute. Regenerate health. Oh, we got a hungry pack of smokers coming. Not that there's much for them to steal if they do try to come here. And where are they going to be is the real question. I mean, not that they're hard to beat. They're really not. We've already beaten one of these things. Maybe consider adding another wood harvest marker. Well, fair enough. Suppose you do need... Where are the... There they are. And they're running away. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's go and add one over here. Now I just need a stick. My dude, you've got plenty of stuff. Well, I suppose you probably can't actually put anything in there. You're probably full. Let's check. Yeah, 9. Oops. Thatch, but there's no thatch to be grabbed anywhere. 15. Yeah, your inventory's full, not... whatever. Let him think what he wants. Let's see. We need to get a crafting station going next. And beyond that, I want to find a stick. There we go. First, I want to find a stick. Then we'll go finish building this marker so that they can explore more things and gather from more areas, which will benefit us anyways. 1, 2, and 3. Back to the village, because I want to build a workshop. Of course, we're going to need 2 of them, but for right now, let's just add the 1. Can't do it there. Yeah, they're leaving the village. Good. Alright, so... right here for the first one, give or take. Is that even in line with the others? Yes. And then there's the giant rock in the middle that I can't. So pull back. Good enough. I should have... Well, having the giant rock isn't bad. Doesn't hurt us at all. So we'll just go ahead and get this done. The workshop pit will allow us to make better axes. Oh, great. Got 2 things to deal with. Whoops, not pause. Wanted to see if I could figure out where they're coming from. Yep. It's from the north, or south. So they should come this way. The well and the eye are going to be more in line with their frontal assault. There really shouldn't be that many enemies. Oh, here they come. Yeah, it's 2 whites. It's not that big a deal. Three whites. Well, good thing I healed beforehand. Ugh, such a pain. Alright. Probably gonna need a new knife by the end of this. Then I need to go and harvest Jotun blood after this. Because we're gonna need more villagers before too long. We're gonna need somebody for food, we're gonna need somebody for farming. There's a lot of things we're gonna need. But hey, for Jotun blood. We can use that to go towards the next villager. And what are you gonna give me? A bunch of bones? Bones. I feel it in my bones. But there we go. Stash that for now. Okay, well, let's get this finished. And that's the workshop pit done. Just gotta whack it a few times. Sure that does a whole lot of good. There we go. And it has a tool rack and spots where I can deposit materials. The real important part here is now we can make the large pickaxe and the large axe. both of which are actually kind of handy. We will need more ropes, more sticks. But in the end, we can make do with everything. Resources marker, what are you capable of? Do everything. Why are you only doing the one? Alright, let's grab up some stick. I want to see how much would it take to upgrade you. So we would need logs, which we need anyways. Everything else we can just manage to get. So I'm just going to go ahead and put both of these to upgrade, and we'll take our time trying to make those happen. Alright, we got enough fiber. Let's go ahead and make some ropes. And I need stone. Take a bunch of those. We'll make stone blades. We're gonna need more than that. Because I want to make enough 2 of the large axes, 2 of the large pickaxes, so that we can hand off the upgraded tools to our respective workers. So we need a lot more stick. Of course I need more stick. When don't we need more stick? Alright. I started wood down here, didn't I? Yes. There's only not enough stick, but we'll make it work. With that, can make another one of these. Can make one of these. And I'm going to go ahead and assign this to our hotbar. We'll replace the regular stone axe with it. Look at my tools. Chunk one of that in there. That. There we go. Good enough for the moment. The best part about that bigger pickaxe, we can now harvest these so we can get more people. A lot easier. Don't have to range nearly as far for Jotun blood. And yeah, that one was worth only 2. But that's better than nothing. We can get this one out of the way of everything that's here. And then I'll start cutting trees so that we can build up the tier 2 spots. And like that one was worth 3. So it's variable. You might not get the same amount from the same or 2 identical locations. It's just unfortunately how that works. So let's summon the next guy. He is a hunter? No, he has increased strength, but tend to eat more. Endured numerous conflicts and skirmishes, so he is just stronger. He's a summer fisherman, winter resilience. Or she. We don't have a whole lot of ladies here yet. And that winter resilience is kind of nice. Alright. We'll settle on getting that new person in. We'll let them be a builder for the moment. Because we will need builders. Okay. Well, that handles a lot of the materials we need for these. I'm going to start working on getting those built up. Okay, we got everything for this building. Now let's just finish the upgrade, and then we can start focusing on that one. Which, I will toss my axe to the guy. Here he is. Let's give you the better axe. While I'm over here, find you, give you the better pickaxe. Then we stand here and put everything inside that needs to go here so that he can find new things to make. Alright, so we need 2 logs, 3 long sticks, easy, and 8 bark. Well, our guy has been very industrious, so that makes this easy. I honestly was thinking this would take me longer. Let's see. 1, 2. We need more. More of everything. Logs and long sticks. And he's got my axe. Right. I just handed that over to him. So I need stick. That'll allow me to make my own. Once again. And we've got enough. So we will go ahead and do that. Did he already chop down a tree? No. So we'll go ahead and... Here we go. Here's one that's already started. We'll go ahead and chop down the tree ourselves and assist in getting some resources made out. Well, and our new villager came in and decided to start helping right away. So that works out for us. But well, I'm going to leave them as a builder at the moment. That makes some sense to do. Have them help me build their shelter. Do I really want a 4th shelter right away? Or do I want it... Well... What does the cottage take? Well, we can't even build it yet. We need a gatherer's hut. It does take a lot of resources, so... We'll give him a shelter right off the bat. And we'll work from there. While he's doing that... Yeah, I'll help. Get it done. We'll assign him the next task of getting the tavern built, or the gatherer's hut upgraded after this. Let's see here. Could not find any log or long stick. Why not? There's log. But we need long sticks, not logs anyways. But why is the forester not doing such a great job? Probably the task list and the priorities to the tasks. I'll have to figure that one out. Either way. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and stash this. Because he's going to grab that other one. Yeah, we're going to need it in a minute anyways. I'll bring it. But with that, thank you for joining me here by the campfire. If you liked the video, like it. If you have questions, comments, concerns, witty remarks, recommendations, and suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to. Join the Discord if you want to. And as always, have a wonderful day.